Okay, here we go. What we've got is we've got two cutting boards set up. I've got wet rags here for Butch and Jimmy, and what we're going to do is this tote here is where they're going to put their cuts once we're done. And what we're going to do is we're going to section them off as roasts, steaks, or stew, whatever you're going to do, because that'll get wrapped. We want to section them off so that when he goes to start wrapping, he knows what he's dealing with. Okay? So if you see hair on the rags, just pull it off. That's what the rags are for, okay? Now, each one of you guys grab it. Go and throw your beers up here. Get them out of the way. Throw your roast up.
Oh yeah, once you get in the light, you can see a lot more hairs.
Yep. Now, all you really want to do is you just want to basically just take the rag and just find your hairs. And since the rag isn't soaking wet, you just basically just rub it off, and you see it comes off, and then just pull them off, throw them to the ground, and just basically clean up your meat. The hair is not going to hurt you. It just freaks people out. You know, you got a little more on yours over here.
You're not
Is that
eating.
mine? That's mine.
That's mine.
Oh, it's yours over there. Okay, there we go. I hate it when I'm
I
doing
didn't
something.
see it.
I think
And roll it around. Don't be afraid to handle it.
the other ones that we've done, we didn't have all these nice conditions. So I think we ended up with a little more hair in them.
Right, see, and see, like right there, there's one there. See, just anything you can do to keep the hair out, 'cause that freaks people out. But it's really no big deal. So all we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and clean the hair off,
Save
get as much as you can, and as you see it, work it. If you miss some, it's not a catastrophe.
I don't know. I don't. There's probably a whole bunch more on them. Really, one out there.
Yeah, just work it out what you can. All right, now I've got more knives. If you guys want more knives, if you guys need longer knives or whatever, just tell me what you need. Now, Jimmy, these are your animals. What do you want? Do you want roast? Do you want steaks? Right now, we're dealing with the two back hams of one of the pigs, or maybe the same pig. Who knows? There we go. So the question is, do you guys want roast or do you guys want steaks? Roasts are easier. Steaks are prettier and more sought after.
Well, I don't know how many when we eat them as steaks. Most of the time, I think we eat it as probably a roast or something.
The roast,
anyway,
okay,
you know?
okay. All right, then what we're going to do is
But I suppose we should do is do one of them as steaks. Just
that's fine.
Experiment.
Then we'll do one as steaks and one as roast. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll start off with roast. Roast is the easiest, and what this is going to become is this back ham is going to become two roasts. Okay. Now what we've got is I'm going to stand this one up, and yours is going to be the same. Right here is where the hip bone was connected. We're right up in here. Yep. There you go. There's the backbone. You got the backbone right here. So you got the right side. Jimmy, you got the same thing. You got a right side. So you got two different pigs. Okay, what you do is, if you lay your meat down so the inside is facing you, that would be this. You can tell by this cavity here, and move it. What you've got to do is you've got to find this knuckle. There's a knuckle in there. And if you roll it this way, that knuckle is right in there. Let me get the hair out of the way. Now, it doesn't have to be pretty since it's a roast. Okay? Take your knives. I've already sharpened and sterilized the knives. And what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to put a hole in there, and I'm going to feel, that knuckle's going to be right up in here. Feeling up in there. Actually, you can do this. Slice down that meat section. Find that knuckle. There it is. Right there. Okay, I got a knuckle right here. So what I'm going to do is, you can basically, it really depends on what you want to do. Feel up in there. Feel that knuckle?
Yeah. Okay. And on this side.
It's right here. I'm right on it right there.
Okay. Okay. Now wait a minute.
Okay, now there's two ways to do it. One is find your bone here. And what I typically do is like this is one right here. Feel the knuckle down here. This knuckle right there.
Okay. This is the joint right here. But that's not what you know.
That's the joint. That's one, and there's another one up here.
Okay.
So you can do a small roast, and what you'll do is, let me find it. This is all meat. This is all meat. So what you'll do is, from right here, I'm going to cut right here. Yeah, let me just hold that. Okay, I get your finger out of the way. I'm aiming for this joint. Okay, because I know that Jimmy's only got a couple people in his house. And I'm going for joints. Okay, I'll do mine and then you can jump in. Now I'm off a little. There it is. See the joint? There's a joint right there. Move it. Let's find out where it moves back here. Get in the knuckle. Okay, now that's a good blade, but I like this really tough blade here. Bend it. There's a little bitty tendon in there. Okay, that's done. Now I'm going to watch fingers. I'll cut back. Okay, that's a roast. There's one little bitty bone in there. Okay, but that's probably about a 2-pound roast. Now, Jimmy, if you guys cook for you and the wife, how much meat do you guys cook? Maybe not much more than that.
Probably about that.
Right. There's a roast. Now, that's one. There's another one up in here. So now what you got to do is you got to dig in there and find that one. You'll find that one, and what you'll do is you'll try to separate it to where you have this meat and this in it. You're trying to quarter it off. So in other words, this is going to make 3 different roasts. You're going to have one that's going to go from this knuckle, and you want to go this way to try to catch some meat. Then you got another one up in here, and you'll try to go this way to catch the same amount of meat.
Y'all want to go ahead and start?
Yeah, you guys go ahead and you know what? You can't screw it up.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Right here, I don't want to cut through here, that part.
Let me see where you're at.
Right there.
Where's he at? He is. Yeah, you can cut right there where that knuckle is right there. And that'll give you your starting point. I went the other direction. I went from this way, that way. Just go ahead and cut it. It's just skin. What you're looking for is you're looking for where the knuckle is.
Okay.
And then just easy. And when you hit the cartilage, you want, okay.
I must be off because I'm not getting it.
Yep, you're right in the middle of it. You're right there. Okay, now you want to be careful about your pointing, down. What you want to do is you want to slice it open so you can see it.
Oh,
there it is. See, you were right on it. Okay. What you don't want to do is you don't want to do this because you'll stab yourself. I've got a separate video on that. That's called the first aid video. Okay, see, now we're in there. Now all you do is just cut back this way. See, now you can start. Okay, see what that bone is? Now you start working that tendon out of that bone. Alright, we're pretty much there. Now all you gotta do is figure out how much meat you want to go with that. Now watch. And I'm trying to really cut back towards this other section.
You're trying to get more meat with it.
Right, with this small piece. Okay, but that's a small roast. You get the hair out, and then when he goes to wrap here in a little bit, he'll be doing the same thing with a wet rag, just trying to pull off as much hair. Now you just basically do the same thing. You're going to find yours. Just poke in here. I mean, if you want to, you can see this line right here. That's a meat line. That's where the muscle separates. That's where you can get in there. Move that around. There's a knuckle right there. So basically, just go in and just.
This is what I want right here, right?
You want to get right in the middle of the knuckle.
Right here.
Let's see where you're at. Right here, right here. The knuckle, you're coming up this way from the hip, this way from the leg. So right in here, watch your fingers. And if you have to, you need to fillet this back and find out where. No, you were right. You were right. It's right there. See it?
Yeah.
There's that string. There you go.
So now I want to cut this way, right?
Well, you want to start off with getting the knuckle. You want to separate the knuckle sections. And then the front shoulders are a pain. They really suck. But I'll show you guys how to do how to do the front shoulders really easy. And we don't ever do the front shoulders as anything but roasts because they're just such a pain.
This size.
One more.
Yeah, as small as these pigs were, yeah, you can do one roast, for the whole front shoulder.
Joe?
Yeah.
I had knives to go. That'd be funny probably on all that bone, but.
Now, what you got to do is you got to figure out where your knuckle is. See, right there.
Oh,
Let's see, spin it around. Yeah, you're right in there. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. You're back here. You gotta get, you just gotta get, and spin it around. Don't be afraid to spin it around. There it is, okay. Now come on. Bone right there. There it is, okay. Okay, see it right there? See the knuckle?
Yeah.
So now what you want to do is you just want to get in there easily, get that knuckle cut out, flip the knife around, go the other way. I've seen guys do this with case knives and they do an excellent job. Okay.
What makes the difference?
See the string? I'm trying to, there's a little string right there.
Ligament.
Yeah, that little ligament that connects the two bones. Now if I want, I can just get in here, cut that out. Okay, now you can see the knuckle. Okay?
Right?
Okay.
You leave that bone in
See
there?
that knuckle? Yeah, leave that bone in there. It's not matter. It's going to go on the crock pot.
Man.
Okay, see now what we did here was, this is a lot of back. It's a lot of bone. So this is going to be a heavy bone in. This is back and hip. So that's fine. But this is a really nice roast. Feel that one. It's got a single. It's got a single femur in there. So feel that, and then you feel how much meat is in there. And then turn around and feel this one, and you can feel there's scapula in there.
Because that would be a.
And feel that one, you can feel how much scapula is in there.
Scapula meaning just flat bone.
The flat bone, which is what you got on the back of your shoulder right here.
Just a minute.
Or in this case, it'd be the hip bone. And get off what hair you can. We're not set up over there for you yet.
I just want to say something.
Okay, okay. What do you got? Go ahead and take your hands and put it out.
Black one's pounds, isn't it?
How much?
I said black one.
Yeah. How much was it?
3 pounds.
Okay.
That was
All right. And this right here, just for you people watching, this was 3 pounds. Okay, they weighed it, and that was 3 pounds. So that's a good roast. Now, for 2 people, if that's 3 pounds, this is probably 2 pounds. It's got a little bone in it. This one does too, so doesn't matter. But that's why we're going to weigh it here in a little bit and show you guys how we document that.
That's what I was telling him. Probably on this one, he could have come down on the side
And got a little more meat.
Yeah,
got a little more meat. Right.
This
right.
So this will be a real small roast.
Yeah.
That's fine. Now, right now, everything we got in here is roast, so we're good. Go ahead and just take what you got, throw it in there. And what you got there?
Garbage.
That's garbage. Okay. Now, what you want to do here is you want to take garbage and you want to put all the garbage in one corner. So all the garbage is going in the back right corner. Okay. Because what now? If we were going to
Make sausage?
we're going to save this. This is fat. See, that's a big old chunk of fat right there. So we're going to save that, and you can save fat for years or whatever in the freezer to do that.
Okay. Well, I don't have a sausage maker, so we never made.
Well, no, that doesn't matter. But when you do this, when you start butchering like this, you can start saving it because people like me, we have a couple of grinders.
You want a sausage grinder. That's what these things are delicious for.
Oh yeah, make bratwurst or whatever.
Bratwurst.
Okay.
I just started accumulating more and more stuff. I guess.
Now we're gonna do it again, and I'm gonna completely leave you guys alone. Front shoulder. Okay. Jimmy asked, how can you tell the difference? Okay, one, we've got this right here is basically the intestinal tract where it would come down as the animal stands up like this. It's coming out here and going to the rectum.
That's that pelvis.
That's that. Okay, this is the lower and this is the backbone. Okay, so these are both these animals are both going to be on the same side. One of them was a little bit bigger, so they're going to stand like this. These are both left rear hams or shoulders. Okay, now this one, see how this is? This is all scapula. That's behind your right shoulder, that big flat bone on your back, on the left and right. So this was going to be the left front shoulder of this pig, right here. Now what we're going to do with these, I'll show you here in a little bit. We'll just kick it off to the side. But we're going to go ahead and do these again. I'm going to leave you guys alone. Initially go ahead and pull your hair off and do what you got to do there, and then we'll get on to the next. And as you're doing it and as you have questions, just go ahead and voice what your questions are so that people watching the video can see what's going on.
But you know, something like that, you don't worry about that.
No, that's just going to go in the road. Now you guys can do whatever you want. I mean, as you guys get into your own animals, now this is pig, so it's going to have more fat, a little more sinew kind of, with fat and skin on it. But just do what you want to do. You're going to find that when it's in a crock pot, it really doesn't matter. When you guys pulling the hair off, all you're doing is making your wife happy. Because the women freak out when they get a hair in the bowl. And if your rags get real wet, we can shut down the camera real quick. You can go and rinse your rags off. Just do it to where you feel good about it, and you're good.
I think it's pretty good. Okay, Joe. That's gonna be one
Okay.
joint.
If you want to go ahead and start there, start there. If you want to start with finding the joint and cutting that one, and then just keep in mind that you want to make sure you attach some meat to it.
Oh, okay. So that's
And then you're going to have one here, so you go that way. Now you got to keep in mind when you get back here, lay this down, let's look at it. Okay, this one right here doesn't have a lot.
okay.
So if you're going to cut this, you're going to want to cut this way so you can have some meat with it. Then when you get up in here, this one's actually like right up in here, so you want to cut this way. So this section has meat and this section has meat. So you're just kind of trying to balance it. You're going to have bigger and smaller roasts. But if you want to do right off the bat, find that. Yeah, there you go. Now wiggle that joint. Find the
I
joint.
mean, feel like a little joint here.
Yeah.
Feel like a joint here.
Get in the middle. It's
And
right in the middle.
then you got-
There's another one way back here. It's back here. It's back here. Yeah, this one right here. Right there where my fingers are.
That's
Right there's where the
okay.
joint is. Yeah. You want to
Oh,
find that
okay.
separation.
Right.
And if you got the bigger family,
Now, Jimmy,
you
you're
may
going
wanna
for the
leave this
middle.
little one attached.
Right. Now here's another question. Here's another question for you. How big's your crock pot?
Yeah.
I have 2 crock pots, and one of mine will take a whole roast like that.
Or you can get 2 out of this instead of 3.
Oh my God. Jimmy, you're watching the kill. You have no idea how big your crock pot is. You gotta know how big your crock pot is. That's gonna be one of the things you're gonna need to know. Now bend it.
I haven't seen last time she used it.
You know, this that.
You're right there. You're right
Most of the
there.
time they're just raw.
Next.
Crock
See?
pot, roaster, whatever you're wanting to put it in, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, like if you had a turkey roaster or something, oh, that would fit. And that's where you basically, what you're deciding when you're doing this, is this pretty meat for a barbecue, or is this roasting? Are you gonna do it like a brisket, put on the whole thing? Because if you're just gonna do very little, man, you can make this real fast. The more cuts you do, the harder it is. Okay,
There
now
you go.
you got to now you got to sock it back here.
Catch up. Left side.
Yeah, you got one right here and you got one right there. So now there's skin right there. Let me see that knife. Watch. I'm trying to stay out of the way, but I don't do sidelines real well.
Try to eat like a bird. You
Okay,
eat
now-
like a bird. But I would say
No.
2 out of that would probably
See?
be better than 3.
Yeah.
Do you see what you wound up with over
Yeah.
All
here?
you do
I
is
would-
just
I would just find this one up in here that he's talking about and get 2
this
out
one.
of it.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean that's
Because-
another one. I mean
that size
let's do
animal.
that. Let's do that
You
real
know,
quick.
you get a big animal.
Find that one in there. Let's find this one in here. He brought up a good point. Let's turn this into 2 rows.
We're
Yeah.
talking.
This one.
Yeah. Watch.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna
Little animal
find
versus big animal.
this knuckle. So this bone runs here,
If we ever get
and then
some-
right here
Bigger ones.
it runs up. It's right there. So we'll just cut in, and if you hit the wrong spot, don't worry about it. There it is. There it is. There's the knuckle. So now all we gotta do is just bone that knuckle out. Going either way.
And just go right this.
Find out where it
That's
comes
where that-
together.
that's
Right
what
here, I
I
think.
do.
Or maybe-
Got to get in there. I think he said
There it is.
get the knuckle first.
There it is.
So you just gonna make 2 roasts then.
Yeah, we're gonna make 2 roasts out of this one. Okay, now I'm just gonna come back here.
Probably
Yeah,
not
less
too
feeling.
far from it. That's what
Right
I was
there.
thinking up there where you were.
See,
Yeah.
see the knuckle?
I can do the knuckles right when my thumb's out.
Okay. We'll get to it and separate your knuckle and then see what he's got going on there.
This one?
So wiggle it. And what I've done is all I'm doing is just separating it. There it is. There it is.
Look what
There's a good picture of the knuckle.
Bowhead over
Okay.
there.
See that ball? Get in there, work it. Don't put a lot of pressure on it because you got a knife in your hand. See that, Jimmy?
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to find. We're trying to find that ball Okay, now watch this. This is gonna come out beautiful. Okay, I'm already through. Coming up on the back side. Spin. And all I'm trying to do is cut this tendon. Okay. Now let's cut that. Okay, now I'm gonna grab this rag. Go ahead and get. You're fine. All right. Now this one. Weigh that one for me. Now that is a good looking roast right there. Now this cut mark, we're not even going to notice when it comes out of the crock pot or whatever. What'd you come up with?
Believe it or not, this one is 2.
That one's 2 pounds. Okay, now I'm going to give him another one. We're going to throw that one over there. Now this one's going to be 3.5.
Yep, I believe so.
Okay, so this now from here though.
Okay, don't go from the inside. Go. You got to find the. It's right in here. You start it. You're right there. You're right there, Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's right there. So what you want to do is don't be
just ounce 2 over 3.
okay. Now it's 2 over 3. Okay. We'll throw it up in there.
Got a question for you. Okay.
Do you turn your rabbits loose too, Joe?
There's some out there, yeah.
I am more
I'm sitting here looking
prone.
at black rabbits out here.
I would have been prone to cut right here.
And you can.
No, I don't mean that.
Well,
But that would
you-
make it smaller
Separate
roast.
these.
right. What we're trying to do is see what you're trying to do is if you were going to try to split this roast, you would come here in between the knuckle, and you're separating everything at the bone group. So each bone group. So yeah, for you at a deer camp, this little piece right here would have been great. And then this piece here would have had more meat. So then when your buddy shows up, you're good. So what you end up with,
This
you end up
bone
with
goes
different
right down
sizes.
this way.
You end up with different
Slice
size
it down
roasts.
there.
No, you should have
Oh,
enough
you want
right
this one?
along in
Yeah,
there
go and throw that one in there. We're gonna do some bigger ones. Did you find the knuckle, Jamie?
Looking for the other knuckle. It should be right
Okay.
in here, right? I got a bone right here and runs all the way down this way.
Okay, then come back up this way. You got to bone your way back up this way. It's back here. Let me see, flip over this way. It's right there. It's right there.
Here?
Yep.
Oh, there we
Just
go.
take just take your knife, and then you just basically start filleting it back. There it is. And you basically you know how to bone a fish? You're gonna bone your way back to the knuckle. I try to do everything at the knuckle. You can do it at the bone, but if you do that, you're gonna have bone chips and all kinds of crap. And once you find the middle of the knuckle, just stab into the middle of the knuckle. And I happen to like this knife here,
We're getting
or
in there
that
to
one.
get
That one's a good one.
ligament.
I don't like this one real bad. It's got too much of a point. Okay, Jimmy, you don't even need to bone back anymore. You're there. This bone right here is going down here this way. This bone is going back this way. So all you have to do is you have to cut through the cartilage.
Oh, okay. I thought that was solid bone there, so I
Uh-uh.
didn't cut it there. Oh, okay.
Stick that knife in there. Wiggle it around. And let it go a second. Let me see. Okay, there it is. See, just cut the tendon away. And see, now I've exposed.
Okay.
See? Okay, there we go. Now you grab your bigger knife and basically just.
Yeah.
And there you go.
See, I think in the practicality of it, that's the size of bone roast I think you'd want most of the time. You know,
Yeah, and that theoretically will feed 2 men or 7 women, however you want to look at it. And that's it. Now look at that one. Now that's a good sized roast. Now you have some exposed bone there because you didn't leave anything on this one. You took some on that, so that's fine. That's a good sized roast.
Okay.
Or ham, whatever you want to look at it. And what was the weight on the last one we did, the big one?
3.
Right at 3 pounds. So that's nice.
That one's probably going to be 3.5.
All right, go ahead and grab your next front shoulder. Let's throw that one up there. Yeah, those will be interesting.
You all right to rinse this rag out?
You can. It doesn't matter if you got too much hair on it. Then go ahead and rinse it.
There really ain't all that much hair.
Okay, that's fine. All right, Jimmy, throw yours up in there. All right. Now, go ahead and get your hair off. Do whatever you guys need to do there.
Well, this is a front.
These are fronts, right? We've done 4 backs, so now we got to do 4 fronts.
The one that surprised me was I didn't realize I've never done but one on. And I really didn't remember it, that the front shoulders didn't have the joints. or
They don't
whatever,
attach.
just the
They don't
tendons
physically
and the
attach.
muscles.
Okay. Now the front shoulder is really a pain in the ass, and I'm going to show you guys the easiest way to do it. Now, there's going to be a knife here. Okay, now right here, maybe not on these because they're small.
Yeah,
there's a bone that runs down here. It's a T. It'll come up like this, and then it'll go down, and that's the way it works. Now, what we did was we started finding this knuckle right here. I don't like that one. I like this one. And basically just go in, found that knuckle. It's right. And where are we at here? Oh, you're backwards. You're on the other side. No.
No?
Yeah, you're okay. Oh, you're right here. Yours is right there. Yours is right there. You're on the. What am I? I'm on the. Your right side. I'm on the left side. Okay. And all you do is find this knuckle. You're actually backwards of what I'm doing. There it is. Put pressure on it. Split it. Get down in there. Punch all the way through. Come back around. That's it.
So this is roasting.
These are all roast so far. Now this roast, when you get a bigger pig, there's going to be a T in here. And it's T, and this is all flat scapula. All of that right there, but underneath that meat right there, you can look. Now watch this bone. This is for the video. You can see how shallow the meat is. There's bone right there. But when you get back here, it narrows down to this. Now on this side, see, okay, watch. There's the T right there. You can see the line right there? That's where the T is. So I'm on the right side of this T. Now on this side, I got to come over to... See, there's the other side of the T. There's a T that runs right there. Okay? So that's it. The front shoulders, there's not a lot to work with, so you just... Now you'll get used to what you're dealing with. Now find that cut. No. Go right across. Right. Find that. I'm gonna bone back this way. Right there. Okay, now cut a little bit of meat, and then basically put some pressure on it and find it. There it is. There it is. It opened up for me. Now you just there it is. Okay. Show people on camera. That's it. And now you just separate that and you're good.
I think you'll see like on here. I think they call them kernels. I think that's on the shoulder, isn't it? With those little black.
Meat on this one up
They're
there by your
round.
hand.
They're like jelly beans?
Oh, you're going to get more into
Okay, they're like jelly beans. Those are
Yeah,
tumors.
I'll according which one you want it on.
Now they call, I've heard them called a couple of things. They're talking about a tumor.
This kind of splits
The
it.
small little jelly bean looking
Not called
tumors.
a kernel.
I don't know. I've never heard it called a kernel. Okay, now there you go. Nice and easy. I'm Mexican and I'll cut shit out of myself. I don't want you doing it as a white boy. And that's it. Throw it in there. So the front shoulders, we took the front shoulders from being very, very difficult and we made them very, very easy. Front shoulders, I don't care what it is. The front shoulders, if you split them like that, boom. You break them in half. They become, you can put them in a crock pot. You're not making anything other than sausage or stew meat out of them. Because there's so much bone involved.
But then if you can make sausage, of course, you can bone them out.
Right. If you're going to do that, then you can bone out a lot of stuff. Okay? And I think kind of the gear here was just to make meat.
Right.
But right, and I've got sausage videos, and we'll go into that, and we can make sausage later on with bigger pigs. I would rather not use the front shoulders for sausage. There's a lot of tendon in there. There is a lot of the meat's stringy. It gets clogged up in the grinder. If you want to make sausage, I'd use the back hams.
Really?
Yeah, rib meat, stuff like that. You want to stay away from tendon. Tendon's going to jack up your grinder. Okay? All right, let's grab a couple more front shoulders because we grab. Yeah, see, this is going fast. All right, front shoulder, That's the neck. That's ribs. That's tenderloin. That's ribs. That's neck. Well, you only got 2 more front shoulders. You already did 2.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go ahead and do that. All right. Now this time I'm actually gonna really try to stay out of your way and let you guys do it. I'm a little OCD. I want to get in there.
Do what?
I'm a little OCD. I like to get in there. And you guys don't have to spend as much time, we really pulling the hair. Just as you see it, you work it and do what you got to do.
There's not really a lot on here. We get
No,
a
there's
pretty
not.
good.
It's not.
Y'all did well.
They're small pigs.
Yeah, it's
We love it when people bring us 800-pound pigs and they weigh 200.
You had a few of them?
A lot of them. Everybody overestimates.
We'll be able to look on that memory card again, Scott, and see what. You said a couple of them are pretty good sized hogs. Didn't you?
Yeah, we got to look at that.
Yeah, we'll look
I'll
at that
show
here
you
in
the
a
big
little
ones there. And
Okay.
we'll definitely go back for those.
All you're going to do is you're going to find right there. Okay, you're going to have the right here. Look. Okay, the legs coming up. It's going to elbow. Your elbow's on this side, and then it's going to come down, and it's going to knuckle over there. That's your cut.
This way?
You want to find. You got one knuckle there, one knuckle right here. He's over in here somewhere. There he is. There he is. Feel that? Feel the knuckle. Okay, come up, knuckle. Now feel right there. You feel that knuckle? You can see
Okay.
it.
You know, knuckle right here.
There you go.
That's it. That's it. Now, all you do is just basically find the center. You got to feel, and it's just anatomy. You find where it gets to be a ball right there. It's like a golf ball right there. You can see it on this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, you can see that.
Okay, just cut right in that line.
This way.
No, you're not cutting the meat.
I know, here's the knuckle right here.
Okay.
So.
No, what you want to do is you want to cut through the meat. You want to get to the knuckle, and as soon as you get to the knuckle, bend it. There you go. Okay, I said I was going to get out of the way, and that didn't happen.
No.
And just skin that knuckle. Now try to bend it and break. Yeah, see it's opening. Okay, there you go. There you go. Now you broke the cartilage loose of the bone. Now get your knife in there and cut that cartilage separated, and you've got 2 roasts right there. I mean, if you want to do some really beautiful cuts, you want a big animal. Little animals are not really easy to do beautiful cuts with. And you saw when we did the first part of the video that me and Dave couldn't even get in there because the animal wasn't big enough. That's it. Just going to find that tendon in there.
Now,
Yeah, we really had an ass whoop on the front shoulders there for a while, and then we came up with this method. You're done, Jimmy. There you go. Now what was it? What's today? Today is Tuesday, and we did this on Friday. So that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Now today's. So this pig is sat for 4 days.
So does that make any difference in the flavor?
We, for some reason, have always had a rule, and we came up with it because it came up on accident. All of our meat sits in ice and water. We don't fill it with water. We just let the ice melt. We keep adding ice. We don't drain the water for a minimum of 3 days. We've gone out to 2 weeks.
you've gone up 2 weeks?
Yeah. If it's on ice, it doesn't matter. You're good. Now, all you
Okay.
want to do over there, Butch, is just make sure that your roasts are the same size. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Now
know that.
you're just separating meat. Throw them in there. Those are all roasts. Okay. All right, let's see what's next. Grab his tote. All right. Let's see. Let's see. throw that up there. Now,
You can go get the big pretty one.
now, realistically, this is super simple. Okay. Now, what you've got here is, you've got a tenderloin. These are small tenderloins. His is a little bigger over here. I think there's still some on the ribs. Somebody want to leave. Now, what I would do here is for you, Jimmy, I would just take that tenderloin and fold it up like that and put it in the wrapper. Now, is that too much pork tenderloin for you and the wife to eat at one time?
I don't think so.
Okay. Now, with him over here, that's a pretty good sized tenderloin. So all he's going to do is he's just going to take his knife, cut it right through here. Okay?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Before you do that, what about the silver skin?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, the sinew. Okay.
Sinew.
Whatever you want. Okay, now what you're going to do is you take, oh, here we go. I'll get to break out my pretty ass fillet knife. I'm going to cut in here a little bit. Now, you can do this before, you can do this after, you can do this in pieces. Take my knife. Lay it down.
Okay.
Fillet it like a fish.
Got you. 'Cause I always have hell with it. And I mean, I know how to fillet fish.
Then
But
pull it.
You can pull it off. And then this goes back here in the sausage section. Okay, now
You do
here's the bad one right here. Is this
You
right
do
here?
run that through for sausage.
You can't.
The sausage.
You can't. Now this is a double bladed. Thank you. Okay, and then I just lay that back down. You do it just like you would do a fish. You can do it face up, but no, I don't think it works as well. You want to basically see. I left a little piece right there.
Come back and get it.
So I'm just gonna skin this way.
See,
And this one I'm gonna do face up.
That double bladed is nice.
I'm telling you. There's a little flea market guy there in town. They don't cost nothing.
And where is that?
This equipment?
Yeah, that's their equipment. Okay, and then you just come in here. That's meat. There's a little bit of sinew up in here, and all you do is just. Not much to worry about, I don't think. I don't want to take away from any meat. You can see it, it's silver. And that's it. Now you can make that as one, you can make that as two.
Let me ask you. On this, if you were going to fry it in steak, like on backstrap,
Okay.
I'll go through and butterfly them. You know, cut it halfway through and then move over. And
That's right. And here's another one. Okay, you just talking about just butterflying. Here's another one I like to do is you split it right down the middle right here. Lay a piece of bacon in there. Then you turn around and you close it back. It'll be a V. You close it back up and you wrap it in bacon. And then you could even put a whole limb of rosemary in there if you want to do that. And then you put it in the pan. And if you're going to do the rosemary, you lay bacon in, or lay the rosemary in, put the bacon on top, wrap bacon around, toothpick it closed, take the glass pan like this, you lay the tenderloin in there, you put potatoes around it, you may put bacon on the bottom for the grease, and then you sprinkle rosemary on top. And you cover it up with tinfoil, throw it in the oven.
that's going to be some good doings.
Okay, well, rosemary is really good for the for diabetics. It helps the sugar transfer. Rosemary is good for all of us because, of course, it helps the sugar transfer. But you got pork, you've got potatoes. You can use olive oil, you can use butter, you can use bacon.
We never have any bacon in the house.
You know? Oh, you got
You poor thing.
You got all kind of bacon.
So I mean, there's just all kinds of recipes you can do. But I mean, the whole idea is. Now, here's what you have to keep in mind with wild pork. You do not have the fat content that you have in domestic pork.
Yeah.
This thing's been out eating nuts and stuff. It's going to be cleaner. It's got no GMOs. It's got no crap in it, no chemicals. So there you go. So,
Tendons out of this one.
all right, now. No, we haven't cut that one yet. Here, why don't you go weigh this one real quick and tell us what that is, and then we'll look at.
See,
Here,
take this.
go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let Jimmy try that one.
Okay, so then you take this, put it like this, and then turn it over. Or
No, you're fine. You're fine.
We're looking at roughly a pound.
Okay, that's a pound. Just go ahead and throw that in there. And what you're really trying to learn is okay, now see right here? Now there's your silver. There's your silver. Okay, so now what you want to do is, just like, let's bring this over here, because the camera's over here closer. Hang on, no it's not.
And that silver's tissue.
It's tendon.
Tendon. So you don't want that. You want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
It makes it tough.
A little chewy.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, now what you're going to do here, you've got a lot, yours is actually a lot prettier than his was. His was kind of hidden. I'm just going to kind of slide the fillet knife in. I'm going to pull the fillet knife up. I'm going to run up against that tendon. Okay, see that? That's the way all the pork tenderloin you see at the store is. Now flip it over and just basically just fillet down that tendon. If you don't put too much pressure on it, apparently I cut it off. See, there's a little more right there because I end up going a little too deep on it.
Well, okay, I like that knife there, that double-bladed. That sucker is nice.
See, if I'm losing meat, and that irritates me. Just we got most of it. So you're gonna have a little bit up in here. Oh, yeah, there you go. There's a good piece right there. And then if you're Native American, you can turn around and make a bowstring out of this. Sinew. Tendon. And there you go. Okay, what was the last piece?
1 pound.
1 pound? Alright, let's see what this one is. That scrap, we can just throw it in the corner. That's fine, right there in the corner. And since we're not doing sausage, we'll do chickens. 1 pound?
Same thing.
1 pound. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's pound there. Okay, we're going to stop right here real quick. We're going to do ribs after this. So it's a totally different setup. I got to clean the saw and all that. And we'll do ribs, and then we'll go to packaging. Okay? Now, alright, we're getting ready to do ribs. Jimmy, go ahead and grab a set of ribs. Doesn't really matter which one. Okay, there you go. That's a good one. Okay. Now, Jimmy's going to stand, for the cameraman here, he's going to stand here and he's going to hold the ribs up like this. Okay, so we can see what we're doing. Now, Jimmy, you're going to have to hold them overhand like this. Hold them the other way. No. Like that, and then sit back and hold them like that. Okay, we're going to have a good time here in about 3 seconds. Flip them up so he can see them. So the camera can see them. Okay? Alright, now what you gotta do is you gotta alright, come in here with a knife. Cut that, reach, stab in right there, upside down, put your knife upside down, stab in there, and go up. The Sawzall won't cut the meat, but it'll cut the bone. Okay, now grab your left hand. There you go, Jimmy. Pull that back. Drop it back there close to your feet. Grab the next slab of ribs. Okay, here's where we got some genius that said they wanted big ribs. I think it was Jimmy. Okay, this is why we lost tenderloin. There's a tenderloin back here. Okay, now you're going to come back in with the knife here a little bit and cut this. I'm not there yet. Jimmy, give me this side up front, up top. I want to have all bone right off the bat. Okay, and all we do is just tilt it up. Okay, that's all meat. Go ahead and cut that. Now I'm reciprocating the saw also in and out to break the meat loose. I'm going to throw those back by your feet. Okay, those are good slabs of ribs. There's the other one. There's the other piece. All right. Now these ribs here, they've got the tenderloin inside and outside. Jimmy didn't want to cut them out. He wanted some good ribs. Okay. All right. Oh, that one worked out good. Now grab that one right there. There we go. Spin it upside down. Spin it around. There you go. All right. Now you're gonna have to go and cut me right here first. Just cut through the meat. Give me a starting point. Go the other way. Flip the knife over. Just get me to the bone. Okay, I'm on the bone. There we go. Now all you got to do is get to the bone. Spin it back towards you. There we go. gonna have to hold it. This starts. Pull this. Now pull them back and that vibration. No, yeah. Pull. Grab the tops. Grab the tops. There you go. I'll drop those. All right, now pull up the last one. Okay, that's a neck. That's a neck. Pick up both the necks, Jimmy. All right, that's a neck. That whole thing right there is a set roast. It's got a lot of vertebrae in it. Well, for a pig, it's only got 3 or 4.
What kind of roast you calling it?
It's a neck roast.
Or neck?
That just goes in the crock pot and you just leave it alone. Now pick up the other one. It's got a little bloodshot in there. It'll be all right. See, those are good roasts. And that's it. So now we're going to start wrapping. So go ahead and pause it and we'll grab the next section. Okay, this is really simple. I've got everything but a knife. Okay.
Where do you get the double A at?
It's here in town. I'll explain it here in a minute. Okay, here's what I do. I've got my paper rolled up. I'm going to use more paper than I actually think I'm going to need. I've got a knife basically just for cutting paper. I choke it back up. Okay, now, I'm only going to do roast. I'm not going to do tenderloins right now because I can't identify them. First thing I want to do is I'm going to roll them up. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to pick hair off. If I see any hair. First couple of rolls, you're just rolling the meat. Okay? Then, I'm going to pull in, and this wedge is going to go out this way. I'm going to pull this wedge in, and it's going to do this end, it's going to go out. I'm going to come in a little bit. You see how tight it is? I'm trying to push the air out. Okay, I'm going to come in so far. Now I'm trying to get a crust on either side. Now I'm going to fold it in again. Fold it in again. I'm creating a point. They're all roast.
They're all roasted.
You do all of one type of meat at one time, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay? Now, this is butcher paper from Sam's. So, for the people watching on video, it is not wax coated on both sides. Okay? It's paper, so you're gonna have to pull it off, pull the paper off, okay? This is a little wetter, okay? Okay, now I'm gonna fold in. Fold in. I'm trying to push the air out. Okay, now I'm gonna fold in, create my point. Now, when we're usually doing it, we're actually worried about what's a front shoulder and what's a rear shoulder.
I started to say that both of those are front shoulders.
Were they?
Yeah.
I thought that was a rear.
I think it was front. I believe it was. See if you don't find the T in it.
You're right, it's front.
Both of
I
those,
feel the
think.
scapula. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll throw front
That's what I
shoulders
was
over
thinking.
here, and I'm gonna throw rear shoulders over there. But basically, there is not a lot of science to this. All you want to do is, it's better to have too much paper than not enough. Okay, I'm gonna try to stick with front shoulders right now. That's rear. There's front. Nope. Okay. Pushing the air out. Air is your enemy. I'm gonna fold this in. This is damn near a lost art. I remember when I was a kid, man, we used to go to the butcher shop. The butcher would be there wrapping your meat. Now nobody's doing it. I go and start tearing that tape off and throwing it up there.
So what are they doing now?
Berkshire still has it in saran wrap and a little tray.
Vacuum packed or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't do paper anymore. Alright, now.
I suppose, yeah, because they just want to put it all out in package so you can see it and then take it.
There's front shoulder.
You and your Brookshire still have the good meat counters. And I don't have that right there. Did you, Joe? If you go to the ones that got the real meat counters that...
Oh yeah, but you can ask them. They'll do your meat. Okay.
I don't know if they still wrap it in butcher paper, if I do it in saran wrap.
No, they still do it saran wrap. Now your wife's going to be really impressed because you're bringing this home and it's look like a butcher's, you know, actually done it.
I'm a kid, so I guess
Your wife's impressed just because you come home, Jimmy. Jimmy, you're so small. They're surprised the truant officer had to pick you up. There's another front shoulder. And of course, we've got 3 sections of front shoulder, but it's okay. As long as we know they're front shoulder, we're going to know they're really bony.
Scar was telling me that there's a barbecue someplace there, and it's a pig roast, nails, and